Follow me now over to the Xbox One. Here we are. Okay. Here we are on the Xbox One.
Are you happy now?
Hey, look, I grew up with Nintendo. I have some very fond memories of Nintendo, but man, I'm like you're even saying, some of their business practices and their decisions just.
Yep.
Last year at E3, Microsoft announced a new Xbox One exclusive from Platinum Games called Scalebound. You guys remember this one?
Yep.
This is the debut trailer that they showed. Now, Ken Lobb is a producer at Microsoft Studios, and he's been talking about this game recently. He said, did you hear this quote this week?
Yeah.
He said this game has the potential to be game of all time.
So it's worth pointing out, this is on a podcast, and like in the context of that podcast, he's laughing. Like it's not like this is going to be the game of all time. Like it's kind of jokey in that sense. So just because
it just seems like a dangerous thing to say. Because certainly I wouldn't say this about the GameScoop audience. The GameScoop audience is all a bunch of very cool people. Mm-hmm. However, there is a portion of the gaming audience that I wouldn't call forgiving or reasonable, and like if you say something like this, and then when your game comes out and it actually isn't game of all time, I think some people will remember you saying that and may give you a hard time.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that might have happened before.
Yeah.
I mean, there's almost no way that this quote works out in the game's favor, right? The gameplay is going to be revealed. Is this game of all time worthy gameplay? Like, it's going to follow this game, any time that we actually, the reviews come out, the gameplay trailer comes out.
I mean, it was sort of like, humored hyperbole. I wouldn't really say that this is...
I hope that's how people take it.
I think Damon's onto something, and they didn't.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people got mad at it.
Yeah, they couldn't have possibly... I mean, I think Ken Lobb has been around long enough to not pull a Molyneux on this one.
Yeah.
I think that's...
It's like all he's really saying, again, he's on a podcast, it's in an interview.
It's informal.
All he's saying is, I'm very, very excited. What I'm seeing is shaping up to be awesome. What's crazy about Scalebound is it's trading on the hype of its, developer, Platinum.
Yeah, so
we don't know anything about it.
No, I mean, that trailer looks awesome.
Yeah.
But they just put out Bayonetta 2, which was Game of the Year last year for a lot of people. A lot of people really loved that game.
It's a different team making this game, but same developer.
Same developer. He also said in another quote he has, sort of hinting at what we can expect from the game. He says, "What does Platinum do well? That's what they're building. What do we, Microsoft Studios, do well? That's what we're adding." So
when I think
Platinum
builds
I think crazy over-the-top action.
Climax action.
What does Microsoft add?
That's an interesting question. Like that's
money,
right?
That's the part of the quote I didn't understand. Is I'm like, I think Microsoft Game Studios makes a lot of excellent, high-quality games, but they don't have like a thing.
It's like
No. At least not as far as the gaming audience is concerned. I don't think the average Joe viewer.
Online components? Like I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't like Nintendo sort of has their pedigree of like colorful characters and whimsical art worlds, and Sony has their like hardcore gamer, and then we take weird risks with like quirky Japanese indie games.
Yeah.
Microsoft still hasn't, and what's it been? How many years has it been since they came with the Xbox brand?
10.
10?
Yeah.
I mean, they still don't have their like, it's a Microsoft game, unless it's Master Chief.
But even
So there you go. You just figured it out for us. Master Chief is going to be...
That's your
Master Chief in
signage.
Scalebound confirmed.
Microsoft Game Studios has a spottier record than first-party Nintendo Studios, or I would say even first-party Sony Studios.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of MGS games that I love, including Phantom Dust, like all kinds of stuff. But they are more up and down.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I don't know what that means. Maybe it just means like budget and Western sensibilities, right? Like Platinum's games are very Japanese. And that turned a lot of people off to like Bayonetta 2. So maybe speculation. Maybe it's going to be like that kind of over-the-top, crazy third-person action, but from a little bit more of a Western perspective,
or maybe a more widely palatable perspective of some kind.
Sure.
So it won't be the Xbox One's Blue Dragon.
Yeah, sure. That's actually reasonable.
I would love it if it was the Xbox One's Blue Dragon. That would make me very happy.
Blue Dragon is another spoiler. We're doing a feature on last generation's underrated gems that games that just didn't get enough attention, and Blue Dragon's one of them.
Yeah, I love that game.
All right, I expect we'll hear more about Scalebound at E3 this year.